Let me tell you the story of a man whose brain was basically on Wi-Fi before Wi-Fi even existed. The one and only Albert Einstein. He was born on March 14, 1879 in Germany. Now, from the very beginning, this kid wasn't normal. And I mean that in the best way possible. While other babies were learning to say mama or papa, little Einstein was probably sitting there, wondering if time could be folded like a piece of paper. Even as a child, he was different. He didn't speak much at first, and people thought something was wrong. But really, his brain was just buffering, preparing to download the entire universe. He would sit in silence for hours thinking deeply. Most kids were curious about bugs or cartoons. Einstein was wondering what it would feel like to ride a beam of light. Growing up, he wasn't exactly a teacher's pet. In fact, some of his teachers thought he was a bit slow. Ironic, right? He didn't memorize things by heart because he believed if you can't look it up in a book, it's probably not worth knowing by heart. That's when people realized he wasn't slow. He was just way ahead of everyone else. Eventually, he landed a job at a patent office. Yep, the man who would go on to reshape physics spent his days reviewing other people's inventions, like foldable spoons and new types of zippers. While he sat there stamping patents, he was secretly thinking about the nature of space, time, and energy. In his free time, he wrote scientific papers that would later shake the world. And then it happened. E equals mc squared. Just 3 letters and a little squared symbol. But that equation changed everything. He showed that energy and mass are 2 sides of the same cosmic coin. Basically, if mass had a passport, it would say energy in fine print. People didn't get it at first. They were like, "Cool equation, Al, but what do we do with it?" And he just smiled because he knew the world wasn't ready yet. Einstein wasn't just about numbers, though. He had personality. You've probably seen that photo, the one where he's sticking out his tongue. That wasn't just a silly moment. That was his way of saying, "I'm not your average genius." He once said, "If people understand me too easily, then I've failed." He believed in curiosity more than knowledge. His famous quote, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, because knowledge is what you already know. Imagination is where you discover what no one knows yet." He also had a sharp sense of humor. Another quote, "Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe." Throughout his life, he gave the world not just theories, but new ways to think. His theory of relativity, both the special and the general, redefined gravity, time, and space. And thanks to his explanation of the photoelectric effect, he won the Nobel Prize in 1921. Funny enough, it wasn't for his most famous theory. It was for a smaller one that laid the foundation for quantum physics. Oh, and black holes. Yeah, he saw them coming before anyone else did. Einstein lived through wars, political chaos, and global change. He spoke out for peace, against nuclear weapons, and always stood for humanity. And while people often tried to box him in, he always broke the box. He passed away on April 18, 1955. But even in death, the story got weird. A doctor secretly removed his brain during the autopsy, sliced it into 240 pieces, and kept it for research. Because, hey, if anyone's brain was worth studying, it was Einstein's. But Einstein's real legacy isn't just in textbooks or museums. It's in how we think. He showed us that it's okay to be different, to question everything, to imagine wild ideas, and to believe in things no one else sees. So next time someone calls you crazy for thinking big, just smile, stick out your tongue and say, "I'm just thinking like Einstein."